Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Thursday AMA. Today we're here a little bit early. So our normal AMA usually starts at 4:30 PST. Today we had to start at 3 PST. Just have a couple things that I need to take care of on my end, so I had to change the schedule up a little bit for today. But regardless, if you're listening, I welcome you. Today's AMA is going to be more or less based on the entirety of crypto. There are just a few things I prepared that I kind of want to talk to people about. I know a lot of you guys are already pretty well equipped with the knowledge of, the basic knowledge, and some people even more advanced knowledge of crypto and blockchain and whatnot. But I kind of wanted to talk about some of the obvious things with some of the um, more asked questions that people give, right, on these topics. So I prepared a few things that I kind of want to talk about, and then after I get this out of the way, then we could go into some Shibadoge related questions and whatnot. But firstly, I'm excited to be here talking to you guys again on behalf of Shibadoge and the world of cryptocurrency. Uh, as many of you already know, I'm obviously a strong believer in the power of crypto and the positive that it can bring to the world. But um, it's always important to involve caution with crypto too, because I believe the potential of crypto, particularly meme coins, is truly limitless, right? But that doesn't come with its risks too. So, I mean, you always need to be kind of thinking two steps ahead when you're in the crypto game, right? When you're trying to make investments, when you're trying to figure out your next play, you always need to be trying to think two steps ahead. Just because there are so many scams out there are so many bad actors out there are so many bad players out there that it's very easy to believe a lot of people's bullshit on the internet, right? So just be careful out there, guys. And I mean, obviously do your own research, but I mean, it's a bear market, right? So a lot of people are getting left behind, or a lot of people are feeling like, hey, maybe it's not going to be as good as it was, but that's 100% not true. I know a lot of you guys may be skeptical because of the bear market and the price fluctuations and the risk involved with investing in cryptocurrencies or whatever, and it's true because there are certain risks to consider, but don't forget about the incredible opportunities that come with investing in crypto as well. Like, think about it. Crypto allows us to take full control of our own financial future, our own wealth, gives us the ability to make transactions without the need for pretty much any financial institutions or anything like that getting involved. It more or less allows us to be a part of a decentralized and global financial system that's open and accessible to everybody across the world. Obviously, let's just not even forget the potential for meme coins, right? Especially meme coins like Shibadoge that bring joy and excitement to people's daily lives. It's more or less like finance with fun, if you think about it. The meme coins that we invest in, they can hold us, they can hold on to, um, they can bring us like a sense of community and connection with others that share the same interests, right? Rather than if you're like investing in Bitcoin or something like that, everybody has the same like financial mindset with Bitcoin, like, oh, it's store of value, store this, which is not a bad thing. But why I feel like meme coins are more important is because they do the same thing. They achieve the same uh, things that some of these more serious cryptocurrencies achieve, but they also bring fun and they bring community to the whole thing too. So it could be a source of entertainment and a way to have fun with our investments. And I think that's important, and that's something that people overlook is um, you should always have fun in everything that you're doing. If it's not fun, then obviously not everything's going to be fun. But if you can have an option to have fun and also get the same thing done, obviously choose to have fun, because it's just better to have fun than not to have fun. It's just in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, so it's important to be cautious and do your own research before investing in anything, right? But don't let the fear and skepticism hold you back from exploring the potential of what DeFi has to offer. And definitely as we move forward with our investments and like other meme coins or Shiba Doge, just always approach it with a sense of hope and possibility, because you always need to look, like I said, two steps ahead. Obviously, what we're doing here is we're developing a lot of cool new things that are new to the blockchain and new to the industry that we haven't really been able to get an idea of, like, the potential of it just yet. So that alone is like pretty valuable in my eyes, knowing that, you know, like, we're introducing new products and we're introducing new developments into the space where yeah, maybe it will be the next best thing, maybe it won't be, but that only time can tell. And the beautiful part about it is that that's just one of the ideas that we have in the hat. And I think our team is so creative and so on top of it that the amount of things that we have in the pipeline and the amount of things that we want to work on and introduce in the future are kind of like limitless. And that's what gives me the confidence to know that, hey, like, we're going to do something that's going to change blockchain forever. We're going to do something that's going to change DeFi forever. Whether it's with our next release with the EFTs or whether it's with the release after that with the newer development, doesn't matter. The important thing is that we're always thinking outside of the box, and we're always hungry for more, right? We're always hungry for more. And I think as long as we continue to stay on top of those things, that we will continue to be able to thrive, which is why you can see how we were able to thrive in a bear market. We were able to grow in a bear market. We were able to gain a lot of new holders. We were able to gain a lot of new traction and attention and all kinds of things. I mean, we were trending on Twitter again today. So it just goes to show you that the price isn't always the reflection of your progress, but the actual growth is a reflection of it. So not only are we growing in numbers, but we're also growing as community leaders, and we're also growing as a community by just like the daily connections that we make with each other. There are a few more things about crypto that I kind of want to talk about, and it's like some use cases that can be potential use cases in the future. So this isn't like typical stuff that people really talk about or typical stuff that people really focus on when they think crypto, when they think Bitcoin. The first thing when you think Bitcoin is you think, oh, transferring money or being able to have a decentralized finance or you know, all kinds of other obvious stuff that has been talked about for the past year, 2 years and whatnot. But there is a huge opportunity that the blockchain has that people aren't really focusing on. There are a few people who are focusing on it, and they actually are multi-billion-dollar companies at this point. But using cryptocurrency for data storage, that's something that nobody talks about. No, like, retail investor really cares about that. But who cares about that? Who cares about data storage? The biggest companies in the world care about data storage, right? So this is obviously something that's going to need a lot of work before people can actually implement it and bring it into like a market. But cryptocurrency has the potential to be used for a decentralized data storage. And why is that important? Because by using like crypto, for example, organizations could store data in a secure and decentralized manner, reducing the risk of data breaches and ensuring that their data is safe, like literally safe from anybody that doesn't need to see data, which is like one of the most important things right now, especially we're in the digital age. Data is more expensive than gold. You know, if you really think about it, Google, Amazon, Apple, all these companies, their number one asset is the data that they have on people. And that's our number one risk as people, is the data that we share with these companies. And, you know, them holding it on servers that are getting hacked and holding it on, you know, these manifests of websites that are just not that secure, because you see Twitter getting hacked, you see Amazon getting hacked, you see like all these companies getting hacked left and right, and all these data breaches happening. I think blockchain is going to solve that issue moving forward. And I think nobody really talks about that just yet, but I think it's going to be probably one of the biggest changes that are to be implemented with blockchain before anything else. Personally, I think this could be particularly useful for like sensitive data. Like I could see it happening first with like medical records or financial information and things like that. Like I would probably see hospitals using blockchain to store their medical records first, and then the whole financial institution following afterwards. And honestly, I think the possibilities are endless, and that also comes with like identity verification and like all kinds of other cool things too. Like blockchain has a huge use case in the future. This isn't anything that we're going to be like focused on. I'm not trying to get into the business uh, of data storage or identity verification or supply chain management or anything like that with blockchain. I'm just trying to tell you guys how useful these types of things are going to be in the future moving forward. And this is why an $800 billion market cap on the entire crypto market is a measly absolute nothing in my eyes, just because the amount of sheer growth potential that this technology has. I mean, I just shared something in the chat earlier that for the first time ever, somebody is going to get defended in court by artificial intelligence. And you guys can Google it and read the article on it. It's actually pretty interesting. But it's just crazy how fast that the world is changing, and it's moving into that digital age faster and faster. And as humans, we're not able to adapt as fast as technology is able to adapt. I mean, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. We could try our best. We can learn one thing or two things or whatever, but by the time we learn one or two things, a computer's able to learn 1 or 2 million things, if not more. So, I mean, the best we could do is support the companies that are building these types of stuff and support the blockchain and support the technology that's being used for it, just so we can actually monetize and monetize ourselves and get ourselves into a better position to either make a profit or to be a part of these organizations and be a part of these companies and be a part of the technology that's shaping the future. So, I mean, that's more or less kind of like what I wanted to just like share with you guys. I know it's really not relevant to our project or anything like that, but I think it's more or less a lot of what I said is kind of relevant to the space that we're in and the future that we're going to be seeing. So I just kind of prepared a couple things that I wanted to talk about, and hold on, let me put my notifications on mute.
Hey, Leo, is that like Web 4 already? The AI portion?
To be honest, bro, it could be and it can't be. I don't see AI and blockchain working hand in hand just yet. I think blockchain has its own category, Web 3, Web 4, Web 5, whatever. But I think AI is going to be a completely new movement in its own. And I mean, we've been talking with the team too, and myself and the rest of the team, we have a pretty large interest in AI. I'm not going to lie, man. I mean, we've been learning about it like crazy recently. We've been tinkering with it a lot recently. We've been trying to come up with ideas on how we can implement some kind of AI technology with our project and our ecosystem too. Right now, there's really nothing on the table as far as like if we came up with an idea or not, but I do think that it is pretty valuable, and I do think the tech behind it is pretty insane. So if we could figure out a way to make something happen and introduce AI into our ecosystem too, I think it could be beneficial.
Interesting. Little budding ideas. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, just for example, ChatGPT, I'm sure you guys have all heard of it by now, but it's been out for a month, 2 months or whatever. It just got valued at about $30 billion. And that's pretty wild considering that they've only been around for less than 2 months. So just goes to show you how valuable this tech is, and that they don't really make any money right now. ChatGPT is nonprofit. They don't charge a single dollar. They don't make a single dollar. They cost them about $1 million a day, I believe, is what the number was, to actually run the website and run the tech. So there's a lot of funding going into it. $1 million a day of burning just to run your website and not making a single dollar off of it is pretty crazy. But I think they're going to have to continue to do that in order to prove their concept, in order to kind of like more or less get the sentiment that they're looking for. And I mean, I don't see them selling it. I mean, I don't think they're going to sell it. That if I owned something that valuable, I would never let go of it, right? Because I think it's sad to say too, because I was always against AI and I always thought like it would be pointless, it would be useless. But now that I see it in action, I could see all of the potential for future companies and future businesses that could be built on it and how it can actually give people more opportunity. The problem is there's a lot of people who are old school, and a lot of people who are old school are not going to be able to ride that wave, and they're not going to be able to adapt. They're not going to be able to learn and try to figure out ways that they can make AI work for them rather than them working for the AI, right? So that's going to be sad to see, but I think that's going to be what shapes us into the next age. And I think the next 5 years are going to be just fully tech based, man. And it's, I mean, it's crazy because every day I'm waking up and I'm reading all these headlines, and I just like I feel like I'm living in a future movie or something like that. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what we need to do is we got to focus on how we can implement a lot of these things that are shaping the future into our project. And I think we're gonna have a pretty successful outlook on being able to introduce AI system in the future. I don't know what we would use it for right now, but I think especially with the EFTs coming out, that there could be some use case for AI for users to be able to generate their own EFTs or be able to kind of like write stories or whatever. I don't know exactly yet, but there are a lot of cool different ideas that we've been talking about. Um, More or less, I think we're we're like right on the cusp of finding out how this is going to be implemented into blockchain. And once we do have a better understanding and a better idea, then kind of will change the entire game. But as of right now, let's talk a little bit about what to expect this month. This month, we're going to pretty much be doing a lot of things. On Monday, obviously, we're going to be doing a reveal. On Monday, we're going to be doing the 2 wheel spins as well for the people who participated in the December event. Um, Also on what to expect this month, we're hoping to pretty much do the 10,000 crates. So that's something that we're trying to roll out this month for sure. Also, we're going to be having another AMA, whether it be this couple of weeks or maybe once I get back from my trip. We'll have an AMA discussing season 3, what to expect in season 3, and pretty much all of the details to follow. And I have to put together an entire presentation for you guys on that. I kind of want to do I don't want to do a PowerPoint, but what I'll do is I'll make like a sheet like I did last year or last season, I mean, and we'll share that and we'll go over it on an AMA together with everybody. We'll talk about all the points. We'll talk about what to expect. We'll talk about the rewards. We'll talk about the length. We'll talk about everything that's involved in season 3. Obviously, with the release of season 3, we'll already be having our Shibadoge bread NFTs too, which you won't be able to stake the bread NFTs, but there will be different cool things rolling out in the time frame too. So it's like while you have your Shiba army and Doge armies in the staking contract, there will be different ways where you can actually interact with your bread NFT with the EFTs, and obviously the storyline of the comic and whatnot that's coming out very soon too. So we're excited, man. There's a lot of things coming out. I'm kind of excited for my trip too. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's been a while since I actually got out. So I think it'll be a nice refresher for me as well. I definitely do need it. I do need to go and walk around a little bit and see some new scenery. So I'm excited for that. I'll be traveling for like 12 days, but I won't be missing any of the AMAs. I'll still be on here to do all of the AMAs on time. So nothing to miss out on my end. But I will definitely be sharing with you guys some pictures of where I'm at. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to Japan. It's the first time that I'm actually going to be going there for leisure and not for business. I've been there one time before for business, but it was only like a 2.5 day trip, so I didn't really get to see anything. But this time it's going to be a little bit different, and there's actually a Shiba Inu cafe over there where there's like 30 or 40 Shiba Inus. I'm gonna visit it and take some pictures to share with you guys. So I'm pretty excited. But if anybody has any questions about anything related to what we talked about, or anything related to the project, or even unrelated to the project, or if you just want to come up here and talk, feel free to unmute yourself and shoot away. Fahad says Leo sounds like a hidden dev for Shiba Inu. Believe me, man, I would not want to be. I would not want to be.
Bad footing again. Shiba Inu.
I think what's going to be yeah, that would be funny. But what I think is going to be something that we focus on too in the middle part of this year or the end part of this year, would actually be a bridge function. I know we've always talked about trying to get, well, we haven't always talked about it, but we've talked about the idea of it, to do a proper bridge and come up with the technology that can actually work cross chain without having to do the fake bridge stuff that everybody else does. So I think we're gonna, after we get all of this stuff released and out, I think in the middle half or end of this year, we'll already start working on figuring out how we're gonna get that to work and happen. So that'll be something exciting to look forward to as well, especially with a lot of interest coming into other chains as time goes on. Obviously, ETH is still number one in my eyes and will always be number one. What the biggest and best projects out right now are all built on ETH, but that doesn't mean that the other blockchains are going to be inferior forever too. There will definitely be some competitors, like Polygon or Solana or whatever, but we just want to make sure that we actually have a outlet to be able to be cross-chain with all of these successful blockchains in the future too. Obviously BNB too, BSC network, but obviously right now we're just on ETH, but I think we can definitely double, triple, maybe even quadruple our holder base by being able to, depending on how many blockchains we're able to migrate over to, and it'll definitely be nothing but good for our community.
Yeah, hey Leo, it's KK again.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, for the different blockchains or whatever, would you have to move liquidity over to each one that you bridge to?
Right now, if you were to do it like with the way that everyone else does it, what they do is like let's say we have Shibadoge on ETH, right? And let's say I wanted to go and get Shibadoge on BSC, but there is no Shibadoge on BSC. What we would do is we would have to launch a Shibadoge, and on BSC, we would have to launch it, supply its own liquidity, and then tell everyone, hey guys, we bridged over to BSC, but that's really not a bridge, that's just another launch. You know what I'm saying? And then people look at CMC and people look at all these blocks and they're like, oh, but on ETH, Shibadoge is worth $10 million market cap, so it must be a good deal if I buy it on BSC. So they'll look at it on BSC, they'll be like, oh, it's only worth $1 million, and they'll go and pump it up to 10 million, and then the developers are like, all right, now we have a proper bridge. But that's not the right and ethical way of doing it. That's just a blatant lie, that people tell. Right now, that's the only way, I think. Well, the easy way. There are other ways to do it too, and that kind of involves having your tokens wrapped on other chains, and then it just goes. I'm not really too big of an expert on it, so I might say something wrong when I'm explaining it, but being able to put a wrapper on the tokens kind of like makes it so that they don't have any value on the other chains until they bring it over to the chain that actually has the liquidity on, but they're still able to trade it back and forth on other chains. Depending on if we're able to actually come up with a with a way to actually do a proper bridge, a real cross-chain bridge without having to do the Fugazi stuff that everybody else does. That's going to be the challenge we're going to have to look forward to in the middle part of this year. But that doesn't stop the fact that, hey, if we like run into issues or if the technology is not there to do it just yet, obviously we're an ecosystem and we're like, for example, Shibadoge is part of the ecosystem, Burn is part of the ecosystem, the NFTs are part of the ecosystem. Maybe our next ecosystem token could be like a BSC ecosystem token or a Solana ecosystem token. You get what I'm saying? Like, the possibilities are endless for us to be able to penetrate those markets of investors and those markets of communities too, and other blockchains. So more or less, it just all comes down to how we're going to be able to execute this. In a perfect world, we'd be able to figure out the bridge functionality without any issues. But if we do have to run into issues, then we'll start thinking about alternatives.
No, super. Thanks for the explanation. Information is key.
Anyone else, guys?
Everyone sounds like they're ready for the weekend, man.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Leo, I have a question.
Go ahead, bro.
So, okay, there's other projects that I attend from time to time, and so let's just say once Shibado's advance higher to the point where when it comes to the AMA, uh, will y'all still continue to have an AMA from this day forward, or it's gonna be like a cutoff to where it won't be no AMA on Telegram?
No, I think as long as I'm around, we'll always continue to have AMAs. I think that's one of the key things that our project was built off of, and that's being able to actually come on and have a full-on conversation and ask anything you ever want to ask to the actual community leaders. So that's something that's like kind of, it's like a hidden roadmap item or like a hidden white paper item. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like that's a very, like, if I'm ever even 1 minute late to an AMA, I feel bad. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that I wouldn't even let happen. I think AMAs are something that has become a staple in our community, and you know, me being here week after week on the minute, I'm never late. And if I am, I'm only like a minute or two late to these AMAs. I feel like this is became a part of my life now, and if I don't have an AMA on the day that it's scheduled to, I'll feel like I'm letting people down. So the answer to that question is no, man. I mean, we'll probably never change up the AMAs. The other half of your question was on Telegram. We'll continue to do it on Telegram unless we find a better place to do it in the future. But I mean, we'll always have AMAs, bro. I think you're muted, Deshaun, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Um, the reason why I ask because it's like you see other projects, but you're curious about it, but then nobody's not talking about it, and it's like it's no AMA, no nothing, and it's like, and then when you like, it was one project where they talking about they not gonna do any more AMAs no more, and it's like, hey, so how will we know about what's going to be next with the project? And only people that's going to know about it is the people that's that's involved versus the people that
Exactly. So let me tell you like this, like when we first launched, we would have our AMAs, right? We would have our AMAs, and since we were so new, we always were able to announce something new during our AMAs, right? Because we had a whole plan of things that we wanted to announce. We had a whole plan of things that we needed to talk about as far as like the introduction of the project and the future of the project and whatever. But then after time went on, after a few months, we realized like, hey, we're announcing everything that we've got so far that's built and ready to go. But and I started stressing out. I'm all like, yo, what are we gonna announce on the next AMAs, right? I already announced everything. And it was stressing me out for like a couple of weeks until I realized, I was like, these AMAs are literally AMAs. They're not announcement days that I have. It would be impossible for me to come up 2 times a week and announce something new. Like you don't see even the biggest companies in the world doing that. Just there's no way. So once I came to a realization that, hey, I shouldn't be stressed about these AMAs because people aren't always going to be expecting some new announcement every time I come up here to speak with them. I was more or less able to actually come up with a better system of how to do it, right? Because now I know, like, a lot of people actually come up here because they want to ask questions, or they just want to be a part of the AMA, even if they don't say a word. I feel like these are therapeutic to me moving forward, because it helps me vent to the community, to some of the challenges that we're seeing, or some of the victories that we're seeing, or some of the defeats that we see, or whatever. But it gives me an outlet to be able to be fully transparent with you guys on any given time. It's one thing to like read a text that I write in the chat. It's another thing to hear it come from the horse's mouth. So I think there's a lot of value in these AMAs, and even if I have a big announcement or not, we'll continue to do these for as long as I'm alive in the project, man.
Oh, that's cool. That's really good to hear. And I think, and I know I had a gut feeling this project was going to be great, because you the only you the only one that actually always being involved with the community. There's other communities that I look at from time to time, but you the only one that I know that actually be involved with the community every AMA. And I, I just
100%,
want I
man.
just want to thank you for that, man. Yep.
No problem, bro. It's important, man, because you could tell, like, we do it genuinely, and other people that don't interact with our community, that they have a different motive. And not to say that this doesn't take up a lot of time, because it does take up time, but it's important time. It's mandatory time. It takes time to prep for the AMA. If you have an announcement, it takes time to actually do the AMA. It takes time to reflect on it afterwards. So yeah, it does take time, but I feel like it's a necessity. It's part of who we are. It's part of what we do. It's part of the job. It's part of the project, and something that we're proud of, man. And I mean, we have, you know, uh, 62 people listening right now. Usually we have about the same. We have a bunch more people listening on YouTube, and then a bunch more people who listen to the recordings afterwards. So it gives us a lot of credibility moving forward, even if we just come on here and bullshit for 1 hour and just talk about nothing. It doesn't matter. The important thing is we're here doing it, and we're here giving people the outlet to have a voice, and answering the questions that need to be answered, regardless of how easy or hard they are.
All right, thanks, Leo, for answering my question. Thank you.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks, Leo. I appreciate it too.
Yes, sir.
No problemo. It's pretty wild yesterday, huh? That dude, that wallet was going on a shopping spree. He got us. I think we were like top 120 on volume on OpenSea last night, just from that one wallet going off and buying all those NFTs yesterday.
Yeah, he got 46 in 8 hours. Insane.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. He bought Goat Traders NFT. I made him change his profile picture.
So pretty funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
He won it back.
I know. Too bad.
Yeah, don't put it on sale if you don't want to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if he even knew it was on sale or not, but I'm sure he knew. How could you not know?
Yeah, or you forgot because it was already for sale since the beginning.
That's true. That's a legendary NFT too, because I've always seen it in our chat because he's had it as his profile picture for a very long time, and he's pretty active in our chat, so it kind of got imprinted in my head, right? And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that too. Like when I saw that NFT yesterday, it got sold, and I looked at it. I didn't even realize that it's his NFT until he came in the chat and and typed, and I was like, wait, holy shit, that's that. Just like we got uh who got Josh Elon's NFT? Nobody got it, I think,
Nobody.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
in the
there are just some
beginning, I thought,
NFTs who
oh,
are
that's
like,
Josh.
yeah. So it's like they have their own characters to them already, right? Their own personalities. It's pretty funny.
Was a little bit of adjustment that it was nobody's NFT.
Yeah. By the way, Roof and Nobody, big props to them. They've been killing it, managing the Shill army. Doing a great job, guys. Just wanted to let everybody know that you guys are absolutely crushing it. I mean, Roof said that he had to go through 45,000 screenshots today. I don't know how you do it, bro. I would crumble under that pressure, man. So definitely big props to you, dude. You guys are, like I said, you guys are killing it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was telling Ruth earlier about the secondary telegram he made. The comment on there is perfect, and then you just shill that out, copy and paste, shill out, and it's great. It's great. If nobody's seen that, go check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I made another Telegram where I've got TD, Believe in You, Eric, and Niels. They're making the comments. So the Shill Army now can go to that Telegram, grab the latest comments, and go on Shilly on Twitter or YouTube. So they're up to date. Up to
Yeah, that's
date.
pretty
Good.
cool.
Yeah. So before their comments were a bit iffy, because not everyone knows what the Shill Army. Not everyone's fully educated on the project. So now they don't really need to be. They can go to that comments Telegram, and it's all there. These guys are gonna post daily, and they're gonna get on the Shill wheel at the end of the week as well. So yeah, man, you should go and check it out. Got the link.
And the shill wheel is something that we've been doing for about a year now too, man. I don't see any other project out here doing that for their community. So it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know any other community doing that. I mean, they just leave you up to the community itself, but the community, eh, they're not constantly on it, man. A lot of them just want to chit chat, and just be like, when Moon, when Lambo, you know?
Yeah, no, man. I mean, look, there's probably a 1 in a million projects that'll actually reach, crazy market caps without any effort. That's like 1 in a million, right?
Yeah,
But then everybody else, like you have to work for it. You have to work hard. That's from the community and for the devs. Like the devs got to do their part, community has to do their part, and when that perfect synchronization happens, good things happen. And I feel like we're on track, man. We're doing a great job. I mean, we have the most positive community in the space. I want to say we have the most authentic and genuine community in the space. Like nobody here is one of those random pumpers that just comes in and just says random stuff and leaves. Probably just Sunny. But other than that, everybody seems to be pretty logical. I'm just kidding, son. I love you, man. But yeah, man, I think it's right now. It's all about just a patience game, waiting for that bull market to come back around. And I think we're in a very good spot right now. What we're doing is we're loading the cannons to fire and sink the ship that tries to take us down, right? So we're in a good spot. We're in a 100% good spot. If this was exactly the same time last year, we would have been, shoot, I don't know, ETH would have been at $4,800 right around this time. So, the market cap would have been reflecting off of that. So if you're looking back, like nothing really changed to make our market cap go down, other than the market's doing its thing and ETH going down, and our pairing kind of suffering from that. But other than that, we've been growing. Our numbers have been growing. Community's been growing. Tech has been growing. Everything's been growing. So we're setting up for overtime, baby.
Everything is still on sale, so that was good.
That's what it is, man. That's all it is.
Hey, Leo, KK again.
What's up, KK?
Hey, the 10,000 crates, 1,000 will be, something in it. The contents of that, will it be totally different to the golden ticket, which is the mystery?
Yeah. They'll be totally different. So the golden ticket will have its own style of things and its own style of rewards, and the content that we release with the 10,000s, the 10,000 NFTs they're gonna have their own thing moving forward too, because we're gonna be doing that pretty often, right? We're gonna be doing releases like that pretty often, just because I think it's gonna be good for outside community members to get a idea of what we got going on over here. Just because it's a free mint and they have a chance of getting something, and it'll definitely attract a lot of people to the community to see what's going on. So the free mint with the 10,000 NFTs, where the 1,000 are going to reveal into something, they're going to be on their own platform, and the golden tickets will be on a completely different level of something else.
Yeah, makes sense. That's good. Thank you.
Yep, of course. And those NFTs that do reveal into something, they're not all going to be the same either. Some of them might be pretty rare. Some of them might be like, literally a one of one. There might only be one of something in there. So it's all random, and it's something where it's like, you mint it for free, and if you're lucky, you can get something really, really rare.
Now, would there be some kind of explanation for the 1,000? If you know what I mean.
I don't seem to understand.
So each of the 1,000, will we automatically know what it's for, or will there be some kind of explanation to say this is for this?
Oh yeah. So yeah, it'll reveal into like a chest piece, right? Or like a shirt or a hat or a weapon or a background, or all kinds of different things that you'll be able to equip onto your Shibadoge NFT. So it'll tell you immediately what slot it's for, and it'll tell you how many of them there are and the rarity of it and whatnot. So you won't have to be, double guessing to see if you got something like extremely rare or not. You'll know immediately off the bat.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep.
Do you already know how much it is per wallet, or not yet?
Not yet. We're still trying to figure out like how many would be like the perfect amount. Right now we're leaning towards 3 mints per wallet. That's the number we're leaning towards, but that could change just depending on how much we think it will take for it to actually mint out with the other outside community members, and our marketing plan for actually bringing new people into the project. How all that's going to align with one another too. So right now, as of right now, like the number that we have in our heads is 3 per wallet, but don't quote me on it. We've come up with different ideas every day, and that number changes every day too. But as of right now, it's just an idea.
Will the outside folks have to have Shibadoge in their wallet?
Hell yeah.
No, it would be open to the broad public. What we might end up doing is we may have like a whitelist event for Shibadoge holders or Shibadoge NFT holders to give our community like an hour or a day or whatever head start to be able to mint before the mint goes public to everybody else. So we're still dialing in all those details to see how we want to do it, but we'll definitely come up with a way to make our community have a first dibs on them.
Perfect.
But yeah, the point of these releases aren't to like kind of just like limit them to just our community. The point of these releases are more or less a way to actually give back to the community, but also be able to get more people into the community too. And I think it's going to be pretty valuable moving forward that we do these events pretty often and bring newer people into the project moving forward, because for every 100 200 people that discover Shibadoge, they're gonna, anybody who discovers Shibadoge, they're gonna love the project, because I mean we do nothing but positive things for people, and we do nothing but try to help people. So there's very little reason to hate on us. That's why it's like the more exposure we get, the better conversions we get as far as like community members and holders and just growth in general, just because it's like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of Shibadoge?
How long till we hit a penny?
Hey Lee. Oh.
A penny? I don't think we'll ever hit a penny, man.
We're burning a token, so you never know.
You never know, but mathematically, it's like a lot. So a penny is a lot, man. I mean, we have a lot of zeros.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's a lot.
So what's basically the price target that we're looking at?
Just as high as it could possibly go, man. I mean, I really don't have a price target. That's not what I'm in it for. What I'm in it for is to try to scale it to as big as it could possibly get and become as globally adopted as we possibly can be. And just whatever price reflects on that is whatever the price will be. But if I was able to actually have a prediction and be able to kind of guess what the price is going to be, then I mean, I more or less share that information with you guys, but it's impossible to predict it, man. It's just literally impossible to predict.
All right.
Leo, do you know what time the season 3 staking will end up starting for the NFTs?
Yeah, it'll start after the Shiba Doge NFTs are released. The breeding is released. So I'm hoping in the next like couple of weeks, what I'll do is I'll have a full-on season 3 staking AMA where we'll just only talk about that. And when I'm ready to talk about that, we'll have concrete dates, we'll have concrete information and all kinds of PDFs and everything that I'll be able to share with you guys to put you guys up to speed and pretty much give all the information needed for season 3.
Okay. So right now, is there a certain limit for how many Shibadoge you can hold?
No, you can hold as many as you want, considering if you have the NFTs to pair them up and breed them. But even if you don't have any NFTs and you want to have a Shibadoge NFT, you could still get one. You'd be able to buy one off of OpenSea off the secondary market when breeding goes live. So the only way to create one is to actually breed them. But you could still always buy it off of the open market too.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
No.
Yeah, can hear
Yeah, now we can.
Okay,
Yo,
my internet went out and came in for a second there.
last AMA, Leo was talking for 20 minutes straight. No one could hear him.
Oh my god,
Yep.
you. Yeah, I only could hear the
that was
recording,
true.
but I couldn't hear Roof.
No, the actual
So,
last
so
AMA.
Leo was talking to himself
We
according
had
to the
to.
recording.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It was 20 minutes. 20 minutes. My microphone went on mute. I don't know how, and I didn't realize I was walking around in my office in my room, just talking and walking and just like saying everything I wanted to say. And then I say it and I'm done, and no one's saying anything. I'm all like, "What the hell? Nobody cares about anything that I just talked about. Not even one person." And then I realized something like the green on Telegram wasn't popping up when I was talking. I'm like, no way, something's going on. Oh man, I couldn't believe
Yeah,
that happened.
that was quite funny. It was like, what happened to Leo, man? Like people don't just disappear like that. He's not even saying nothing in the chat. Nothing. What's going on? You know?
Yeah, everybody was DMing me too. I wouldn't even hear the DMs because my whole headset was just like not working for some reason. So that was funny.
Yeah. I was like, guys, I think the AMA is over. I stopped the live stream and everything. Man.
It's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah,
It's
man.
all good.
So good, man. You just started it again, man.
Hey, Leo, I had a question.
What's up, Cody?
Hey, I was just curious, is there any dates yet for merchandise?
Yes and no. I don't have any concrete dates, but I think a cool idea that we had for what we want to do with the merch is all of the merch that we release will also be EFTs too. So if you buy a piece of merch, you'll also get a EFT of that. So you'll be able to equip that EFT to your Shibadoge, right? So all of the merch that we do end up releasing will be like limited edition merch that will only like release for like a week or a few days or whatever. And anybody who buys merch will also get the EFT of that merch too. So that's something we're working on with actually a separate company to be able to kind of like help us achieve that. So it's pretty cool, and I think people will actually have more incentive to have merch because of that. And it's a cool way for us to actually approach different companies in the future and be like, hey, we can actually monetize your merchandise, monetize your clothes or your hats or whatever, through our EFTs, and it creates a whole new market of being able to integrate Web 2 and Web 3 together.
Right on. Thank you very much. And I was also like wondering too if we could do like a Shill Army shirt or something. I think that'd be cool to have. I don't know.
Definitely, man. What we'll do is when we're ready to actually like take on merch, we'll actually end up having like a suggestion board of like things where the community can actually give their incentives, their ideas of what they want to see out of the merch too, and we'll take everyone's ideas into consideration. So just keep your eye out for that, bro.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Of course, man. But yeah, merch is going to be fun because we didn't want to just do like the old boring style of merch where people just release hats and people buy them. We wanted to make it so that your merch can actually become something on the blockchain too. So it's like, imagine you have that same shirt in real life that you also have equipped to your NFT. So I think that'll create a bunch of opportunities for us too.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I like it.
Hey, Leo.
Hey, what's up?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I know you don't want to give all the details, but how important is the Dogecoin extractor going to be to the project, to future, you know? Well, I know you don't want to give away all the secrets, but on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay. All right. That's a good question. How important is it going to be to what exactly did you ask again?
To have it, because not everyone has one. So if you don't have a Dogecoin extractor, what disadvantage will you be at on a scale of
Okay. All right. If you don't have a Dogecoin extractor, you're not going to be at a disadvantage. But if you do have a Dogecoin extractor, you are going to be able to have some extra perks and stuff like that in the future. So I'm not going to say exactly what it is or what to expect, but I believe that there are going to be a bunch of different EFTs that offer a bunch of different superpowers, let's call it. And yeah, that's all I'll say on that. So
Yeah, I know it would be limited information, but I just wanted to get some kind of idea, and I try to put it on a scale of 1 to 10. But everything's important, but you know what I mean.
I would say like if I were to put a number on it, like how cool would it be to have a Dogecoin extractor? I would say like a 10. But it's not like if you don't have one, you're gonna miss out on what the project has to offer. It's just kind of like, if you have one, then you're gonna be able to have the perks of having it.
Understood. I figured it was something like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wolf has his hands up.
Who does?
Damon Wolf.
Where?
Not sure. Speak.
I can't see him.
What's that?
Oh, there he is.
You had your hands up.
I have my hands up?
I didn't see it either. Maybe it must have been a glitch on your screen, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It probably was, yeah.
Well, since
Oh,
you
yeah,
come
cool.
up, you must have a question.
Yeah, because we're open mic right now, so I don't think anybody needs to raise their hand. I think you just unmute yourself and speak.
Yep, that's right.
I'm glad that I have a Dogecoin extractor. I won't sell it anyways.
Everything that we release has a plan to it, not a plan to it, but a future to it, right? Like that's the beautiful thing about these EFTs and how they're on like upgradable smart contracts and whatnot, is we can always make changes and add things to them and make them cooler than they originally are. So as our project keeps on progressing and as the lore of the project grows, because like we haven't even introduced the lore to you guys yet. The lore is going to be introduced with the first comic book release that comes out. So as that storyline progresses, these items that you're seeing right now are going to play roles into the lore of Shibadoge. And I mean, let's just call them superpowers. There may or may not be superpowers introduced in the future.
That's awesome.
Oh, the whale chains already started going out. I don't know if the whale chain will have a superpower. That's like just like a flex, just if you own one, you own a whale chain, you're already flexing. You already have superpowers.
You already bossing.
Exactly. All right, guys. If there isn't any more questions, I'll wrap it up here. I didn't mean for it to be such a short AMA today. It just I do have a few things that I had to take care of today, which is why I even started the AMA early in the first place. So
It's 1 hour right
I'll
now.
probably get going and get to some of my personal business that needs to be done today. Just a bunch of things that I procrastinated and have to take care of, and I kind of like left it last minute. So fun day for me coming up.
We're at 1 hour. We're at 1 hour now.
Yeah, around 1 hour is not bad. We talked about a bunch
Yeah.
of cool things, answered a bunch of questions. I think it was successful.
Yeah, definitely. Doesn't always have to be, you know.
Yeah. Let me actually let you guys know before it's too late. Let me double check this. So on January 16, we have our Monday AMA. That Monday AMA, we're going to move it to the 17th on Tuesday. The reason I'm moving it is because I'm going to be on a plane during probably the entire day. So just to let you guys know, the Monday AMA on the 16th of January will be moved to the 17th. So we'll do it on Tuesday instead.
Nice, nice.
But yeah, other than that, I think we should be all good. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here, guys. I just wanted to thank you guys for joining us again today. If you ever have any questions, you always know, feel free to ask in the chat. Feel free to tag us, DM us, whatever you need to do. But just know we'll never DM you first. And if you ever get a link or anything like that, claiming to be anybody from the team, or click this link and you'll get rich, or anything that sounds too good to be true, then it probably is too good to be true, and don't click it. So with that being said, guys, if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. But if you miss Shibadoge, then you suck. All right, guys. Love you all. Peace.
Love, peace.
Peace.
Later.